People change, people evolve, and I think I'm still the same person. I still feel and think and act the same. I just had this realization, and what I want to talk about is...
It's Sofia Franklyn. You are listening to Sofia with an F, and the F is for phenomenal.
Hello, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, party people. Hi, friends and fam. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Sofia Franklyn. You are listening to Sofia with an F. I just want to reiterate, with an F. Let's just kick this shit off and let's address the elephant in the room, more like the TikTok in the room. If you don't know what I'm referring to, and it rhymes with Trisha Paytas drama, Google it. I'm not going to explain it. I'm not going to rehash the whole thing. You can always use Google as your friend. First and foremost, I would like to apologize to Trisha Paytas. What I said and what I did was a low blow, and I can fully acknowledge that, and I'm sorry. I truly am sorry. It's interesting to me why I was so triggered. It's interesting because I feel as if I must be an extremely sensitive person, because a lot of you, including one of my really good friends, Brooke, commented on the video saying, Sofia, are you good? Did you watch the same video that we all did? It wasn't mean. It wasn't, all those things. For some reason, when I watched it, it was extremely triggering. I don't know exactly why. I will up my therapy sessions to twice a week. But I am sorry. And I don't want to spend so long on this. And I definitely don't want to continue this back and forth that's happening online. But glamorizing mental illness, which is what I was accused of, and I'm putting that in quotation marks because I don't think there was malintent. I think Trisha was just speaking from her heart and was looking out for people. But me saying, I love my mental illness. I'm laughing right now because it does sound crazy, but it's how I felt in that moment. Me laughing and saying, I love my mental illness on my show was just me taking ownership of my brain and my humanity and, acknowledging something that's a part of who I am. I can always work on it. It probably will never completely eradicate. And I was having a good day. I was able to cope with my several mental illnesses on that day particularly well, thanks to years and years and years of work and therapy. But also it was just, I was having a good moment. So do I agree that I was glamorizing it? No. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of me talking about mental illness and crying for it was like a call for help multiple times, especially when I first started this show. So I just don't want that one moment to negate all of the real discourse and genuineness that I have brought to the topic of mental illness. Not to say me laughing and saying I love it is disingenuous, but I can count on 758 hands how many times I have upset someone or come off like I don't care or came off cruel because of how I express certain things. And I say that to say, from one crazy girl to another, Trisha, I would die to talk about it with you here on the show, in private, in an airplane, wherever I do want to discuss this with you, you are harder to get in touch with than the president. Like, I could get in touch with Banksy and reveal his identity before I can get in touch with Trisha. I have reached out on every single platform, in every single way, comment, DM, you name it. And I don't know, Trish, you're not picking up. If I need to subscribe to your OnlyFans, maybe that's what I should have been doing this whole time. Maybe that's what I'll do. If I have a better chance of getting in touch with Joe Biden than reaching Trisha, and I just need to sign up, pay for a subscription to your OnlyFans, say less. I am on it. Let's fucking go. Okay, I hope that cleared the air. Hopefully, with some reasonable, level-headed people, you guys can forgive me. Just take my apology and know it's real. Let's move on, though. It is time to move on, get loosey-goosey, get crazy. If you didn't notice by now, this episode will just be me, Sofia Vanina Franklyn. And yes, my middle name is Vanina. And yes, it is very similar to the word vagina. It is a very Argentine name. And yes, it rhymes with my first name, Sofia Vanini. Sofia Vanina. And with that, let's actually move on. I finally was able to perfect almost the Hailey Bieber, Bella Hadid, Gigi Hadid slicked back bun, which I never thought I'd be able to do. I love how I just segue from mental illness is a very important discussion. Can we please talk about it, to the slicked back bun look? But hey, balance, and that's just me. I never thought I could pull off this slicked back bun because my forehead is not only very tall, as you'll see from numerous comments on my Instagram or TikTok or in my DMs, it is also very wide. I look like an alien, and there's nothing wrong with looking like an alien. I just have similar features to Megamind. However, I got over that insecurity, and I think the bun look really works for me. So that's just a little bit about me. You guys can tell me about you. Oh, speaking of, this is the actual biggest update of my life. Drum roll, please. Snap, clap. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. Mini episodes are officially here. The first one will be released next week, I believe on Monday. Again, they're going to be tiny, teeny, little mini episodes that are mostly just me or family and friends, but I need to have that connection with the SLOOTS and with you guys for real, because it's been lacking, it's been missing, and it's something that I really love to do. And connecting with you guys is the most important part of my job. Whew, this is what happens when you don't sleep and you've been working since 12 the day before. Let's do the math. You guys have 38 minutes for me to do the math in my head, or can I grab my phone, aka calculator? 12 to 12 to 6. We are at 24, 30, 31. I was going to say 32, but it's 31. 31 hours awake, and basically have been working nonstop for 31 hours. So the minis, please look out for those. I'm extremely excited about them. And let's just dive into this little list that went viral online. If only my goddamn computer would work. This list has been going viral. Women refuse to go to these spots on a first date, okay? The list. I'm not going to read all of it, but I have a lot of feelings and thoughts. But just so you can get an idea, number 1, Cheesecake Factory. Bzz, 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 bzz. I know everyone wanted to jump up and scream into the radio. So podcasts usually are not listened to radio format. That was U92 Utah days when I was a young little lad. I don't know why I said radio, but Cheesecake Factory is number 1, Applebee's number 2, Chili's 3, Chipotle 4, Olive Garden 5. Then we started to get a little mix. The movies, number 6, number 7, Your House. Okay. More chain restaurants. The gym. Church. Damn, church would be like crazy. I've never had that one. Ice cream dates? Yeah, I guess ice cream date is not like a main event. Movie night, family function. Okay. This list, there are 28 things, coffee dates, movie night, somewhere that requires a long drive, bowling, nightclubs, hookah bar, a bar for just drinks, Waffle House, sports events. All right. I already know what every single person is thinking, and it's Sophia, we know that you agree with this list because you are the most stuck up, pull up your ass, gold digging, money grubbing, cheating skank. I agree with a lot of the list. I don't agree with all of it. Red Lobster. Don't come at me with cheesecake. Don't come at me with Olive Garden. Don't come at me with Denny's. Red Lobster is a tradition. It is family. It is togetherness. It is lobster that are still alive in a tank, which now thinking about it, I actually would not be a fan of that part. It is the cheese biscuits. It is childhood. That's what Red Lobster is. The fact that I am not getting money from Red Lobster, I think that is one of my top favorite restaurants. However, if a guy took me on a date to one of these chain restaurants for the first date, he would not hear from me again. Oh my God, you're shallow. Oh my God, all you care about is money. Oh my God, like you want him to take you to the fucking stores in Vegas and open them after hours so you can pick out 12 bags. No. The thing is, no. I understand that I can come off as bougie. I think there's a reason to be bougie sometimes with men. That's not what this is. You can't take someone to a chain. Like, you just can't. Like, chain restaurants, as incredible and amazing as they are because they have some of the best goddamn food. Tamale corn cakes at Cheesecake Factory, their mint lemonade, their, what's the buffalo pasta? It has like the peas and then like the little chips or whatever. I could talk about food for a very long time. I'm not going to. Something about a chain just doesn't sit well with you. The same way in New York, where I live, when I'm walking down the street, I like to see the bodega and the mom and pop and the random store that's just plants and the random store that's just books, sex toys, and garnishings for food. And yes, that shit does exist, especially on the Lower East Side. I love to see that, and I get very sad when I see a Whole Foods, Walmart, Target, Walgreens, CVS line up the street. Do I love those places? Yes. Do I need those places? Absolutely. But you guys get what I'm saying. I would be perfectly content with someone taking me to some hole in the wall taco shop with just really good tacos that costs honestly probably half the price of some of these chain restaurants. And that would be dope to me. I'd be like, oh, this guy's cultured, or this guy like knows what he's doing, or whatever, you know? I would be totally cool with that. Or even a museum. Like just it needs to be somewhat thoughtful, and it can't be the thing that you and your ex used to do every single Sunday. That's what it really comes down to. For some of the other things on the list, I mean, Red Lobster is like actually expensive. Oh my God, Buffalo Wild Wings. Quick fun fact, I got cut off at a Buffalo Wild Wings, which is completely unheard of. No one has ever gotten cut off from alcohol at a Buffalo Wild Wings in the middle of Draper, Utah, mind you. I was there with my very good friends. They might make me bleep their names out. I don't care. And my ex at the time, they offered this really cool new shot that they had called like an alien something. It was horrifying. We were getting beers, we were getting shots. This was like during my heyday when the only thing I cared about was getting intoxicated and numbing myself so I could get away from whatever sadness, anxiety, what have you I was dealing with. Cute. And next thing I know, the waitress comes over. We order a drink. She says, I am so sorry. I cannot get you another drink. You can finish the one you have on the table. Because Utah has all these crazy, insane liquor laws. And like you can only have one drink on the table. I mean, amongst a bunch. But I don't think I've ever been more embarrassed. Like, I don't think there's anything that humbles you or puts you in your place quite like getting cut off at a Buffalo Wild Wings. Their Asian zing mixed with Parmesan garlic wings, though, are incredible. 5-star. And that's called a dirty bird when you mix two sauces. Just saying, I think we all have to agree the absolute worst date location on here is the gym. I have had guys ask me to go to the gym. I have had them ask me to do like specific classes, like a cycling class. No, absolutely not. When I feel comfortable with you, Mom, you can't sleep? Why? It's the holidays, and TBH, waiting 2 weeks to get paid is not ideal. That's why I want to talk about my little friend, Earnin. Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, not 14 days later. You can get up to $100 a day or up to $750 per pay period, which would have saved me so much pain and stress back in the day. All you have to do is download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck and access up to $100 a day as you work, or leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next check, so no need to even worry about it. Make Earnin part of your financial routine and join Earnin's over 3.5 million customers who have nothing but positive things to say about it, such as peace of mind, financial security, and stability. Ooh, what I wouldn't give to have had this back in the day. Download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN, in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earnin app, type in Sofia under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Again, that's Sofia under podcast. I will love you guys forever, even though I already do. Subject to your available earnings, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC. As always, I am looking out for my sleuths, and today I have something very special. I want to introduce you guys to mango. Not the fruit, but a new erectile dysfunction pill that is game changing. And I know I've said dysfunction in the past, and I'm saying it now, but I don't think of it as a dysfunction. I'd like to think of it as better function. It may not be something your man needs, but I promise you it is something you are gonna want him to have. I tried it for myself, and remember that Ariana Grande song where she talked about only being able to walk from side to side after a night with her man? That was me because of mango. Mango dissolves rapidly, has a tasty mango flavor, and starts working in as little as 10 minutes. So there's no awkwardness waiting for it to happen. Mango's proprietary formula combines the active ingredients in Cialis and Viagra with oxytocin, also known as the love hormone, and an amino acid that helps increase blood flow to all the right places. Mango's mission is to make America hard again, and has great merch at makeamericahardaagain.com, which is something I can definitely get behind, or in front of, or under, or on top of. You get the point. Buying mango is easy. Just go to mangorx.com, complete a short and secure telemedicine visit, and mango can be shipped discreetly straight to your door. The telemedicine visit is over in literally a matter of minutes. Be sure to use code SOFIA20 to save 20% off your first order. Have your man get this today. You're gonna love it. I apologize for that intrusion. This is what happens when you live in a teeny tiny apartment and you have people stay with you and you work from home and work gets in the way, and then you feel like a burden in your own home. Me literally talking shit when she is 5 feet away. By the way, I'm talking about my mom, who I love more than anything on planet Earth. Back to this list. Mom, do you want to join? Damn, that trazodone high. I completely made that up. I have no clue. The gym. Yeah. I don't care if it's fucking Equinox, Lifetime, the gym at his house. That's incredible. Do not offend me like that. What are you trying to say? I could be more toned. What are you trying to say? I could be a little more healthy, maybe a little more sober because I had a few drinks, so I have to get up at 5 a.m. Oh my God. And then imagine the dudes are like super competitive and like hook you up to that heart machine, and they're like, run on the treadmill, and we'll like compare our, I love to take shit way too far. Or even worse, he's like super excited, ecstatic, happy, and is like cheering you on and not even working out himself, but just watching you. I couldn't. I personally, though, think out of this entire list, I think that I think a bowling night is the worst. And let me tell you why. I have a bowling alley in my apartment building. It is one of the amenities. It's disgusting. I know. There is no reason that I would need a bowling alley. However, I did decide to let off some steam and take it to the lane. It was my first time using it after living here for almost 2 years. I do think that the bowling ball was too heavy for me. I also have abnormally small feet, size 5.5, and the shoes were the Velcro ones and not the ones that tie up because they were definitely for children. the odds were just kind of stacked up against me. I went to roll the ball down the lane and I almost blew my back out. Like, I had severe back pain for a while. And if I'm trying to get my back blown out, it's going to be because we had sex on the first date, not because you took me bowling. I do want to come in here, though, and defend the family function first date. I don't know why or when it became like such a big deal to introduce them to your fam. I could meet someone and an hour later be like, let's go chill with my mom. Let's go hang out with my brother, meet my grandma and grandpa. Like, why does that even mean anything? And I'll just intro you as a friend because that's what you are at that point. I've never understood that. So for people who think like, oh my God, he introduced me to his sister and vice versa, I don't necessarily think it means anything. And last place I'm going to defend is Chili's because they do have a 3-for-1 deal where everyone basically gets to eat whatever they want for $12. And I would let that one slide on a first date. Welcome to Chili's.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
But I have something I really want to talk about. And it's going to sound unlike anything I've ever talked about before. And I'm a little bit worried about it because of that. And it kind of goes against my entire brand and everything I've said thus far in my career. But people change, people evolve, and I think I'm still the same person. I still feel and think and act the same. I just had this realization, and what I want to talk about is the fact that men are human beings. I sound so deranged sometimes. Like, I can't. I really, really can't. When I say human beings, what I mean is men are good. They are good people. They are sensitive. They're empathetic. They have feelings. You would think I'm talking about like a Cocker Spaniel straight up. But for real, the way I used to, and still do, view men was a little bit like a Cocker Spaniel. And it still is. Let's be real. I'm not going to like turn around and be like, oh my God, like I'm this changed bitch. I just have realized very recently that I have looked at men through a lens that is not accurate or real. And it's just a little bit crazy because I have built a career off of being this reckless, ruthless, void of emotion girl who genuinely did not give a fuck when it came to men and dating them and sleeping with them. And I think a lot of women maybe try to put on that act, at least when you're younger, right? Like that's like the cool thing. Mine was never an act. It was a very genuine, from the bottom of my soul, reaction and lens that I viewed men in, but it's just not real. And it's not accurate. And I'm happy that I'm at least realizing it now rather than 20, 30 years from now when it's too late. Not that I'm desperate to get married, but I think it's a very important thing, even for you as a person and as a woman, to understand that. Like, I could cry about that right now. Talk about, whatever issues I have. I think I became this symbol for hating men, playing games, trampling them, screwing them over, asking for their bank account info on the first date. And I think it served its purpose, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad that I grew up with this kind of jaded, skewed perception of men. Men are still pieces of shit, which I will always contradict myself, and you guys can count on me to do that. And we'll talk about that in a second. But for now, I'm just want to point out how I'm happy that I was able to kind of be that source of power, confidence, almost feminism for women, because I genuinely did not give a shit about men, because I didn't and don't trust them, because of my upbringing and background, because of society, because of men, period. How they act, they cheat more than women, not by a landslide at all. But all of these things turned me into this anti-men-ish character. And I was the expert at not getting feelings for a dude. Whether he ghosts you, whether you have sex with him, and that's like an intimate thing for you, I would not get feelings and I would not care. Let's take a quick pause. I just said I would not care. What that really means is I cared so fucking much that I numbed myself to not care and not have the capacity to care. Hence my commitment issues and everything else. I don't think that is 100% a bad thing. I think a lot of women are brought up in the society I just talked about, in today's society, with old school values, even new school, homegrown, and they think that having a man is the end all be all. So I think to counteract that and have a wild bitch like me and have a wild card, crazy man eater type bitch like me, I think is and was extremely helpful. I just kind of wish I would have realized a little bit sooner that not all men are bad. And I think I come off a certain way and say very toxic things and display very toxic behavior because I'm scared. I don't want to risk it. I've seen too much risk and no reward, and I don't want to do that anymore. Do I trust men? Do I think everything I've ever said or have felt goes out the window? Absolutely not. But moving forward, I no longer want to be this bitch where men assume I'm playing games when I never really am. I get that so much from dudes, like especially like in the early stages of dating. I apologize, I'm putting on chapstick, a juicy tube, which is more like a lip gloss. I get this so much from dudes. You play way too many games. Why do you do that? I tell them I don't. They call bullshit. I don't intentionally play games. It's so ingrained and embedded in my soul and my personality that it just happens. And as a single gal, 31, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I don't think that's served me. But I also don't think it's hurt me. And I think there's plenty of girls who, are romantics and love and trust love, and they're also single. But I think it's an important thing to acknowledge and come to terms with. And with that, sleuths, let's get into SOS, Save Our Sleuths, questions, stories, and advice. Okay, question number 1. Hi, Sophia. What other things can I do to last longer in bed outside of medication? Ooh. Hate to break it to y'all, but quit vaping. Quit with the Adderall if you are not prescribed it and don't need it. Try edging. I'm sorry. Actually, try cold medicine. I had a friend tell me that he has tried this time and time again. Every time he takes cold medicine, he lasts 5 times longer in bed. I am not a doctor. You cannot use that against me, but I heard what I heard, and I will repeat what I want to, and I don't gatekeep. Also, maybe try to meditate inside her Kegels. I don't know. I say try the cold medicine just for fun, you know? All right, next. Hi, Sophia. I need clarity on a situation with my boyfriend. I discovered that he has saved pictures of my friends, people I know, and even his ex-girlfriend in a private album on his phone. I'm okay with him having porn, but this makes me uncomfortable. Am I overreacting? Does this behavior apply to all men? I've been with him for over 5 years and now I'm questioning my worth. Help. This isn't even a red flag. Like, this is a fire alarm. Call the ambulance. Pictures of your friends in an album. What are those for? And how do you get these pics? What kind of pics are they? Off their Instagram? You know, men absolutely jack off to Instagram pictures. I got that confirmation not that long ago. They do. There is no reason for that. Like, come on. I don't know who the cool porn stars are these days, but there's plenty of great porn that he can be looking at. Fantasizing about someone close to home like that, I think you need to start an album and one-up him and have the album just be all pictures of like his dad and his brothers. I'd be like, what? It's a family private album. What? And then obviously your ex's dick. And if you don't have a picture of your ex's dick, just go on a porn website, okay? Okay. Next. So my brother's best friend / roommate tells me he's into me and wants to date. The thing is, I still live with my parents. So if we hang out, it'll have to be at their place, which feels kind of awkward. I really care about my friendship with my brother, but I can't help but think this guy might be the one. I would appreciate your advice. You guys are not even boyfriend and girlfriend, and you think this guy is the one. Yeah, I don't think it works that way. I also don't think it's like that crazy to date your brother's friends, depending on like what the age gap is between you guys. I think sister to sister, that's kind of obvious. I don't know. For some reason, to me, that's a little bit more messed up. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think you just hold off for a second. Like, hang out with him at parties where him and your brother are at. And if you want to make it really kinky one night when he's at your family's place playing Nintendo, that didn't just age me, with your brother, send him a text and you guys make out in the bathroom. But let's not get into like he's the one shit. Like, relax, calm down. But I love ya. And I feel like it's very, very early in the morning, aka extremely late for me. This is the hour where the majority of the world is waking up and I need to go to bed. I love you guys more than anything so much. I can't wait for the holidays. I can't wait for the mini episodes because I feel like that's where I'm going to be able to just be fucking not okay and insane. Not like I'm already the opposite of those things, but I'm extremely excited and I think you guys will love them. Don't forget to look out for them and listen to the very first mini early next week. And with that, Sloots, I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed and toodaloo.